let's talk about identity today in this episode. Sounds like some typical boring corporate stuff, right? Perhaps. However, do allow me to share with you why this has everything to do with you and your success. So here's the thing. The most compelling people and organizations in the world know clearly what their identity, purpose, mission, and vision are. They also know the strategies required to pursue their vision and live within their highest values to get there. People like the late Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Sir Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, Jack Ma, and organizations like Google, Facebook, and Apple come to mind. Not taking the time to clarify your identity, purpose, mission, and vision will be detrimental to living compellingly. Do be mindful, this is not about being world famous or uber wealthy. This can apply to a stay-at-home mom who sees herself as a full-time mother devoted to raising successful kids who become meaningful contributions to society in the future, or the social worker whose heart beats for the underprivileged and the less fortunate and knows clearly who he or she is and what he or she lives for, how exactly he or she wants to play their role in society, and how he or she envisions a better future. And this list goes on and on, right? So here's the thing. People have a self-image and will often stay consistent to how they view themselves. Let me say this again. People have a self-image and will often stay consistent to how they view themselves. They will proceed to do what that image or identity is expected to do in their own perception. Remember how as teens we go through a period of identity crisis? Little wonder why our actions can often be on extremes and confusing, because in that season we have yet to have a congruent identity. So how does this identity practically play out on a daily basis? I'll give you some examples and hopefully you see how powerful this is. Let's say we have a Michelin-starred chef. As this chef views himself having achieved such an accolade, he will likely take pride in what he does, how he prepares his dishes, and even goes about innovating just to stay on top of his game. Now let's take an Olympic athlete who sees himself as one of the best in the whole wide world. He will carefully observe his sleep, water intake and diet, and disciplines himself daily just to get even more skillful at what he does. How about the social misfit who in his growing up years was labeled a good for nothing and actually believes it rather than reject and disprove with his actions? As a last example, what about the beautiful dancer who first sees herself as beautiful and dances gracefully, but over time, perhaps due to some jealous friends, was told she's actually just average and her dance moves are nothing special, and like the last case, believes in it? By the way, do you remember the story of the Ugly Duckling? Can you see how in each case the individual does what he or she does that naturally follows his or her self-image? Are there times when a person does something that's not congruent to his own self-image? Yes, of course. There will be, and it's the minority rather than the norm. Now for me, I'm an international life and business strategist and see myself as such and do what I do to assist people. So here's what it boils down to. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? What we've discovered so far is what and how a person sees and believes about himself will greatly impact his external life and the results of it. So if you are conscious of your identity or self-image and it's already empowering you, great. And if not, now is the best time to get clear about how you've been seeing yourself. Let me repeat this again. Now is the best time to get clear about how you've been seeing yourself, your own identity, and examine carefully if it actually empowers you. If it doesn't, change it because your very life depends on it. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing how this might have assisted you at kelvinchan.org. Thank you. Hey, thank you for listening. Do take a moment now and like this episode, leave a comment, and also subscribe to not miss out on new episodes. Once done, check out your next episode. Want to connect? Do so at kelvinchan.org and also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Stay well and talk soon.